Consider a triangle ABC like the one below. Suppose A equals 52, B equals 70, and C equals 53. The figure is not drawn to scale. These are not right triangles. So this is basically law of cosines. They give you all the sides, but you need to find the angles. So in this case, we know that our sides are going to be A equals 52, B equals 70, and C equals 53. So we're trying to determine the angles of the triangle. And to do that, we're going to use the first equation to try and find angle A. Because we're given A, B, and C. I would also suggest not rounding in the intermediate math. I would round at the end. So I have 52 squared plus 70 squared plus 53 squared minus 2 times 70 times 53 equals cosine A. What we want to do is we want to move these perfect squares that are adding, subtract them from the 52 squared, and then we're going to divide by -2 times 70 times 53 to equal cosine A. So altogether, I'm going to do it in 2 steps. We have 52 squared minus 70 squared minus 53 squared equals -2 70 times 53 times cosine A. Then we're going to divide both sides by the first factors. So I have 52 squared minus 70 squared minus 53 squared. All that divided by 2 times 7, or -2 times 70 times 53 equals cosine A. So to find A, you're going to put it in the calculator as inverse cosine. And just the way you see it in the fraction form. So side A is going to be 47.6. And then the next side we're going to find is going to be, not side, but angle C, but we're going to use side C. So to do that, we're going to do law of sines, but we're going to do the reciprocal. And this one's a little bit different. So now that we know what A is, we're going to say that we have sine of 47.6 divided by the corresponding side, which is 52, equivalent to side C, which is sine C, divided by the corresponding side of 53. So we want to get 53 on the left with the reciprocal. So it's going to multiply 53 by both sides. All of this is going to be equal to sine C, and then we're going to do inverse sine. All that would be equivalent to C. So C is going to be an approximation to the 10th place. So C is going to be approximately 48.8. And then the last angle we need to find is B. To find B, we're going to use just subtracting the interior angles from 180. So it's 180 minus 47.6 minus 48.8. So B is going to be approximately 83.6. Abdul's on vacation on Tropical Bay that has 3 islands. He rents a boat on Island A and plans to navigate to Island C, which is 14 miles away. But based on the figure below, at what angle should he navigate to go to angle C? So it's asking us to find the interior angle A. So in this case, island A is going to be equivalent to theta. So we know the distance between each island. We're going to call that the sides. So A equals 11, B, side B equals 14, and side C equals 12. And we're looking for angle A, which we're calling theta. So the law of sines that I'm going to use here is going to be A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. So it's going to be 11 squared equals 14 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 14 times 12 cosine A. You're subtracting those perfect squares from 11 squared. And then dividing -2 times 14 times 12, dividing those factors from both sides. And then we have to do the inverse of that equation. So that means inverse cosine is going to go like this. Even though we already have the answer, we're just going to put the whole thing in parentheses. And that's going to equal angle A, or theta. So A is going to be approximately 49.3. So it says round to nearest tenth. 49.3 degrees. Below, carry your intermediate computations 4 decimal places, round your answer to nearest 100. So that's 2 decimal places. This is the triangle that we have, but we're going to change the orientation of the triangle to try and fit what we're trying to do. I think that might work. So to find the area of a triangle, again, we're assuming this is not a right triangle. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And in this case, we're going to assume that our base is going to be 9, because that's one of our sides. And our height, we're trying to determine. So the height will go right here. We also want to assume that the opposite side of 39 degrees is going to be the height. So in order to find the height, we're going to say sine of 39 is equal to the height over side 6, because it's opposite over hypotenuse. So this is going to be the hypotenuse. And then we want the reciprocal of 6. So we know that h is equivalent to 6 sine 39. And so when I get that, we know that the height is approximately 3.7759. Now we're able to determine our area. So again, area of a triangle is 1/2 the base of 9 times the height, 3.7759. So my area of my triangle is going to be approximately 16.99. We know that C is 43.3, and we established our height from angle A to side A. Remember, the height is also the opposite. So to find the height, we're going to use angle C. I'm going to take sine of 43.3 and make it equivalent to height over the base of 13. So height is going to equal 13 sine 43.3. Oh, I already did that. So then H is approximately 8.9. So now we're going to find the area. We have base, or area of a triangle, equals 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 of 14, which is your base, and your height is 8.9. Area of a triangle is 62.3. So